It's literal. You see, fresh oil is essential for us to remain operational. Okay, I'll back up and say it again for you. In the spiritual, that very fresh oil is essential for us to remain operational believers. Fresh oil is essential for our lives to remain operational. Fresh oil, I think I'm putting in the sleep bar, but fresh oil is essential for our lives and our drives to remain operational. Fresh oil is essential for our families and ministries to remain operational. Fresh oil is essential for our situations and locations to remain operational. Our fresh oil is essential for our places of habitation, locations, and situations to remain operational. Fresh oil is essential for our circumstances and our finances to remain operational. Y'all gonna help me? And this is the most earnest essence, and I'm almost there, Hardy, I promise. This is the most earnest essence of what I heard. It's coming. The contextually communicate via the virtual vehicular vocals of the book of 2 Chronicles up to and through verses 13 and 15, from which I gleaned the following at chapter number 8. Oh, you're going to help me? Chapter 28, I'm sorry. Now, in perpendicular parallel to where we, this contingency of modern day Israel, now find ourselves, this particular text unveils that ancient Israel was in a time, Sister Webster, in a definitive time or condition, disposition or position of transition. Can I teach you that? Watch this. The people of God, Jemania, were in a position of transition. Disposition of transition. And in the midst of all of this, a major move was being made to improve. They were simultaneously fighting, and they were facing the imposition or the opposition of an assembly and or a contingency of earnestly obstinate and insubordinate-minded men, watch this, whom seemed rather determined to infiltrate and contaminate the situation of Israel's current congregation by bringing their sin in. You understand that these people were determined, while the people of God were trying to make transition and change their condition and move to a better position, the enemy was determined to bring sin in. Y'all ain't walking with me. By this the Lord, y'all gonna rock with me now? Now, by this the Lord himself was offended. They were trying to bring sin in, and the Lord was offended, for this was not at all what he personally intended. In fact, he had no desire for any additional sin to be added into this congregation. For this would hinder Israel's progression and their transition to the next dimension. So the Lord acted without much discretion. Read the book. He acts without much discretion and told Israel's opposition to parabolically drop and or put down their weapons. That's what my Bible says. But they had to leave. They were to leave and put down their weapons, but they had to leave without what the Bible calls the spoils. Y'all ain't rocking with me. Leave your weapons. Drop your weapons, devil, but leave the spoils. And though they had been very bitterly battled, the remaining remnant or residual of Israel's individuals would soon be anointed with fresh and fine oil. It's in the book. In fact, what I garner and glean from the context of verse number 15, Smith, is that the Lord spoke with, watch this, or spoke through the chronicler with contextual candor, and he established this premise as a perpetually promised or purpose promise or referendum that would soon be both evident and apparent, even pertinent to the kingdom of Christendom. Are y'all gonna help me? For the Bible says that God spoiled them, and he well oiled them, and then he brought them to Jericho, which was precisely the place that God had purposed and even promised that they would go. Y'all ain't rocking with me. I said he spoiled them, and then he oiled them, and he sent them to Jericho. Because that was the place that they were intended to go. People of God, I got up this morning in spite of the Super Bowl primarily to let let somebody know that in this season of our lives, not only is our forecasted favor beginning to flow, but now we're being both spoiled and oiled for the places and spaces God has purposed us to go. I got Jackson waving a hand now. I must be doing all right. I said not only in this season, for whatever reason, Michaelon, is our favor beginning to flow, but we're being spoiled and well oiled for the places He's purposed us to go. In fact, just turn to a neighbor or two, see the situation somewhere around you, and tell them, I need to let you know. Wake them up, I need to let you know that your favor is beginning to flow and you're being spoiled and oiled for the places and spaces God has purposed you to go. Y'all ain't talking to nobody. Say, hey, don't play me off. Don't look away. I need to let you know. I need to let you know that your favor is beginning to flow and you're being spoiled and oiled for the places and spaces that God has purposed you to go. And it was, look again how much God loved you. It was about 1 a.m. this morning. I'm convinced that God spoke and began to make it clear that last year many of you seated in here were tumultuously toiled. You tumultuously toiled and things you began to battle actually came to a boil. But this year God said prepare to be spoiled and anointed with fresh oil. Look at your neighbor and say, last year my battles came to a boil, but this year I'm preparing to be spoiled and anointed with fresh oil. Shake another neighbor by the hand. Shake it like you're going to shake it off if you can. Say, last year my battles came to a boil, but this year I'm preparing to be spoiled and anointed with fresh oil. You were oiled in your yesterdays, but prepare to be freshly oiled in your latter days. You were oiled in your former, but prepare to be freshly oiled for your future. You were oiled in your previous, but prepare to be freshly oiled at your place of promise. You were oiled in your infancy, but prepare to be freshly oiled for your place of maturity. You were oiled in your history, but prepare to be freshly oiled at your destiny. You were oiled with who you used to be, but prepare to be freshly oiled with who you gotta be. You were oiled with your original. Now get ready to be freshly oiled with your predestinal. You were oiled even when you were with your ex, but get ready to be freshly oiled with your next. You were oiled at 15, but get ready for fresh oil. Fresh oil.